Why we refused to live in Anambra government house when P2B was governor. Margaret Obi, welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. Mrs. Margaret Obi, the wife of P2B, has disclosed why her family moved out of Anambra government house when her husband was governor of the state. In a video shared on YouTube by Aisha Yusufu, Mrs. Obi said her family decided to move out of a government house and live in their personal house after her husband was sacked and reinstated as governor of Anambra State for the second time. She said he was later removed from office and went back to court and he was reinstated. Not too long after, in short, when we were in government, we did not live in the government house because I said, you have removed it 2 times. Let us live in our own house. They said they would do election. He said they would not contest an election, that he would go to court to look for what was called term interpretation. Why am I telling you this? It is for you to see his tenacity and zeal for good governance. The Supreme Court ruled that in the Constitution of Nigeria, the tenure of an elected person begins from the day the person takes the oath of office, and that was why P2B returned as governor of Anambra. I believe this was actually taken out of, a very, maybe, what's it called, a speech. So they pulled this one out, so we don't know exactly what prompted the statement. But it is no longer news that P2B, when he was the governor of Anambra State, who was impeached 2 times. And I think he was the first governor who was impeached twice and actually still came back. And he ruled for his, the number of years now, 8 years. Within those 2 years, within those 8 years rather, that was when impeachment happens. But at least he ruled. Okay, there are so many evil people in power who will not make just one tribe. Since Obi refused to play balls, hence those revelations, because he was able to thrive as a governor. Above all this, so we will help him so will he to help us overcome the federal evil agent holding down the destiny of this country. Now, I want to tell all of you, all of us here, yes, you. I want to tell us that to make Nigeria a better country, it actually has to do with me and you. I'm telling you. If we decide to keep our differences, if we decide to keep every theism that is causing problems in us, from the theism of tribalism to ethnicism to, what's it called again? From tribalism to ethnicism to nepotism to favoritism to a whole lot of things. I am not kidding you. This country will be a better place. No jokes. This country will be a better place. Because removing tribalism, ethnicism, and a whole lot of things, it will help us see things clearer. We will no longer be looking at things from an angle of, this one, you will no longer be biased. Let me put it like that. Why I'm saying this is, if we resolve to make Nigeria a better country, I resolve that, look, come what may, even if the person is from my end, if the person mess up for government, the person is not coming back for a second term. We are not going to reward failure with failure. They say the reward for hard work is more work. Meaning, if you are in an organization and you have proven yourself beyond reasonable doubt that you are actually valuable, the organization is going to promote you, which means more work for you. They can even give you like the HOD of that your particular department. In some cases, they can take you 2 steps higher. It means more work for you. We are not going to be rewarding failure with failure. As in, we're not going to be rewarding failure with hard work. It's not possible. If as Nigerians, we vote this person in, or whoever wins election, we determine if you're not able to get it right. We are not saying traces of, you are actually getting it right. And the first tenure, it is bye-bye. And that is why we should strive not to bend the rules. If we say, come what may, whatever people give us, we go vote for person we won't vote for. And at the end of the day, if that person we won't vote for, it ends up that person did not do or did not perform well, what is going to happen is that, you understand, if we resolve that you go, you did not perform well, bye-bye. That is why we are supposed not to bend the rules for anybody. We are putting somebody based on merit. And see, there is something about putting somebody based on merit. There's something about you. You are coming in because they give you a job because you actually merited that position. Your CV is good over the years, they called your employers and they put in the good word. Oh, this person is actually very good. This person is actually good. Oh, he or she left because he wants, a better working environment, and you come in and you prove to them, wow, it's good. Rather than, I've given you used this scenario before. You have somebody who came for an interview. 2 people came for an interview. One is coming for that interview. He knows nobody. What he knows is his certificate. He or she knows the audience. He or she knows the known. Even if he or she is a novice, he is willing to learn. She is willing to work. She's willing to prove herself. She's willing to get better on the job. And one other person has somebody whom they just call and say, okay, the person might not even put in, what's it called, apply for the interview. They just call her, oh, go to this place. And if these 2 people finally they employ, maybe they were supposed to employ just 1 person, but because they saw the zeal, they saw the efforts, the other person now that has nobody, they saw how she sold herself and she was like, okay, let's watch this person. Even if you're not, okay, the position available, maybe they even give a lower position. She comes in and wows them. What do you think is going to happen? They don't be working because they, in your mind, I don't get anybody. You might not even know if the other person has somebody. In your mind, I don't get anybody. If these people kick me out today, they don't kick me out. You'll be doing everything you can. If it's somebody who you come in, you don't know things, you see the person taking courses online. If the person has money, the person, pays and starts, you start learning. What the person is doing is you're trying to upskill yourself that in the next 1-2 years, your productivity will not be at the level as where you started. They would have looked at you and you're like, okay, this person is doing well. That's the kind of person we will want. Not somebody because, somebody put him there. I can do anything I like. They are not going to remove me. Even after the 4 years tenure, they're still going to back me. Do you understand? If we're able to do this, I tell you, governance will be sweet for this country because everybody will want to prove that, yes, no cutting corners. It is, if you do well, you're coming back. Okay. Actually, this man is the type of president we need now in this country. But will his own people allow him? Well, we are not going to know until he's given a trial. Then let me remind us, coming on social media to give comments or going to rallies is not going to win election. I just want to remind us that we also have to use a PVC. And sitting at home on election, they will not win election. I'm saying this because a lot of people are downcasted. A lot of people are angry. A lot of people have gotten to the point where they say, in fact, this election, how did they go outside? This suffering done so much. We must not stop. Just like if your son or daughter is sick and you are looking for medications to make him or her feel better. Until your son gets better or your daughter gets better, you are not going to rest. Okay, on this note, you've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.